Yeah, we're online. You're not in the stream yet. I haven't brought you in yet. Hi, everyone. We'll just wait for a few minutes for people to get online and start seeing us, I suppose. So, can you still hear me? Okay. Are we? So let me just do this. Okay, sorry, we're all just setting it up at the moment, so we'll go live in a minute, just making sure that all's working. So I think, have we got two people online at the moment? I think we've got two. Yeah, two. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, we are live. Okay, yeah, so 4 people online at the minute, it appears. So we'll wait for a few more people, because I've had people messaging me asking, like, how do I join and stuff. So might need to make that a bit clearer next time we do that. So yeah, this is the Cool. So this is our first lockdown lounge, and we are doing it live today with Joe from Visioneers. So the reason we're introducing Joe is actually, let's just bring Joe in. Hang on a sec. Joe, you're here. Okay.
One, go. Hi, people, it's me. I'm Johannes or Joe from Germany, from Visioneers. Hi, Phil.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
You too. We've had fun and games trying to set this up this morning, and we're there. I think we're there.
I'm there.
You're there. So, Joe, first off, do you want to just introduce yourself and let us know a bit about yourself and your position in the company and things like that?
Yeah, sure. My name's Johannes. I joined Visioneers in, I have to see, in 2014, I guess. Beginning of 2014. Company was running for 1 year by then, but I knew Armin and Marcel for longer times from former companies. I'm a trained sound engineer and also studied musicology and pedagogics.
And what?
And educational study, pedagogics.
Okay.
And English, basically, also.
You're
I'm now in the company. I'm trying to not fail in English now for the next minutes. Yeah, and I'm now in the company for 6 years, more than 6 years, and I've done quite a lot of different things there. At the beginning, I was soldering the earphones, but now I'm basically doing all the connection with the customers, connection in the music industry, as I'm a sound engineer and have been on tour a lot. And yeah, basically, if you're calling or writing an email to Visioneers or a message on HeadFi, you will reach most times me or my colleague Sebastian.
Okay. And I noticed you're quite prevalent around the HeadFi forum as well. So you'll comment on and stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly me. So we're all reading, but yeah, it's my responsibility to see what's going on and to be in contact with you guys.
Okay. And how is everything going on? Obviously, lockdown lounge. Everyone's currently locked down. I'm guessing it's the same in Germany. You've got Angela Merkel locking everyone down and saying don't come out.
Yes, I think it's for us. It's not as strict as in, for example, France or Spain. I don't know how strict it is in the UK, but we're basically locked down. We should avoid unnecessary contact with people around. Everyone who can do it should work remotely from home, which I'm doing at the moment. Yes, but we're still it's still possible for us to produce because we have some space in the lab and trying to keep all the distances for people, so people can work, and we're taking over hours and taking holidays if it's possible.
Okay.
Now, so that it's not too crowded in the company.
Okay. So effectively, for the Visioneers themselves, business as usual in terms of production.
Yes, we can work normally, so to say. We can. We're in the lucky position that we can provide our services.
Yeah.
Still, but it's nothing is normal or usual at the moment, I guess.
No.
So for us, it's like everywhere. The Armin is joining. It's like everywhere. It's just the market situation has changed. Many people are at home. I think many people are at home and checking for new gear because they have some free time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is good for us, but on the other hand, it's worldwide. It's not really possible to get ear molds done, which is not good for us. So yeah, it's an ambiguous situation, and we're trying to make the best of it. Then.
Yeah, and I think everyone is. Hi, Michael. How you doing? I think everyone's trying to make the best of a bad situation. To be honest, I think everyone I speak to, all our other brands that I deal with, are all literally just trying to do their best and just trying to keep the wheels in motion, really. So yeah, and obviously you mentioned custom in-ears. Obviously, the issue with you guys is that it's transit times from the impressions to getting to you, DHL, UPS, FedEx, etc., etc.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
They're all obviously under really heavy stress at the moment. So,
but they are working.
They are.
Delivery is working. It's not a problem for us at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is that the taking impression from customers, because you're getting really close to them, and worldwide many audiologists or shops who are doing it stopped doing ear impression.
Yeah, because you can't
do that. In Hong Kong, it's still possible.
You just can't do that from 2 meters away, really, can you? It doesn't really work.
You can try to shoot that.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that, a massive injection mold from a distance, and see how that happens. But obviously, so now though, which is sort of part of the reason that you're joining us today, is you don't really any longer need ear impressions for ears. Now, as of Wednesday this week,
I think I'm getting confused because I'm getting confused because it's I think we shared it to the resellers first, and then I think the official launch was Tuesday or Wednesday this week.
Wednesday. So we have a new addition to the family. Now I've been selling Visioneers since Audio Concierge inception, and so 2018 I started doing your flagship Universal. El Koenig.
Erlkönig or Earl
Yeah,
King in English. I think it's not easy with the umlaut for
it's not.
not
It's not.
German.
I just get rid of the umlaut, to be honest, and just add an O,
Yeah.
and that's all done, to be honest. But obviously, that is ramping out to €4,200.
Yes.
So for what it is, it's an exceptional piece of art, and
Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful stainless steel. It's just gorgeous. It's very
Oh, it's
well
not
made.
steel, it's silver. It's not
Silver,
stainless.
sorry, silver,
Yeah. Sorry.
which is antibacterial properties and really good sound and everything else. But €4,200, not
Including
for
German VAT. So for people outside the EU, European Union, it will be minus 19%.
yes. So a little
Just
bit,
because I don't know where our listeners come from at the moment. Yeah.
all over, I would suggest.
Yeah.
But obviously, yes, as of this week, effectively, you're now introducing this.
Nice, you have it. Yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more about this new product that you have introduced?
Sure, I can. It's yeah. I don't know if everybody could see that, but it's the EVE Exclusive Vision Ears. It's an acronym. It's not only a new earphone. It's what's not typical for us. It's a universal one, so no ear impressions needed. And it's not only another earphone. It's a complete new concept that we're starting. For us, it's the last years we had a lot of ideas and which not necessarily fit into the basic line of our VE line, where we have the VE2, VE3, VE4, which are named after the driver counts.
Yes.
And which are only customs. And so we first started the premium line with the Earl King, Erlkönig, and the Elysium.
Yep.
And now within this premium line, there is also the EVE concept, which means that we have kind of a playground for the next years to fit in our ideas and to get creative and and present some ideas that we have, like different driver counts, different driver technology. Maybe 1 year we go into designing crazy stuff, so that it's visual design, sound design, product design, all at once, so that we can have a playground and present different ideas outside of the normal range.
Okay.
And it's always every EVE, the one that you just showed to the camera is the EVE20. It's only for this year, 2020, and next year there will be another EVE. So it's like a series, strict series for every year.
Okay.
Normally I compare it to vintage wines. Like you have 1 year, and the next year you have another product, basically from the same ingredients, but it's different every year. And so this is the idea behind it. So we have a limited amount of EVEs every year, because we only produce it in 2020, and at the end of 2020 we will stop, and there will be a new one. It will be the EVE21.
Okay. And for the EVE, is there any relevance to EVE, or that was just VE with an extra E on the end backwards, or?
It's exclusive vision ears.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's Brilliant. It. That's the name where it comes from.
Brilliant. So they have. So this isn't to be confused with EVE Frozen and things that other people may see. EVE20 is its own earphone, or are there similarities between them?
Okay, now as you mentioned, EVE Frozen, these were the first. There were some EVEs before which were strictly local. So it was the first idea for the concept was that we set together with strong partners of ours in Hong Kong or Taiwan, and they came to us. For example, Eric from Taiwan, he came to us to the lab and created work with us together on the products for him, for his customers, because he knows the customers in Taiwan best.
Yep.
And we wanted to present something special. So he came to us. We worked on a given sound design to adjust it and also adjust the visual design. This was, the predecessor for this whole EVE concept, to now have a solid concept available to everyone, not only in certain areas.
So effectively, that was the foundation of where we're at now. So what you've come to present now with EVE20 was inspired basically by that kind of exclusivity, things like that.
The concept, yes. I think the concept, the idea to have something like this, like out of the line, out of the box thinking, quite being free and not tied by the boundaries of what we've done before and of the product line. This idea for this is very old. It's just now it's the time to present it. The EVE now, the EVE20 is definitely a completely different earphone from every EVE that has been there before.
Okay.
It's a completely different basis.
Okay. Now you've got 6 drivers in total. So you're not your naming convention has gone away from using the number of drivers in the name of the earphone. So we've got 2 balanced lows, 2 balanced mids, 2 balanced highs.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. So and do you know what drivers they are? Are you allowed to share what drivers they are that you're using?
I can't tell more at the moment than that it's strictly balanced amateurs for all frequency bands. Which drivers I don't really know, to be honest, at the moment.
And are you
because it's a really new product.
Yeah.
And I think we wouldn't share as well, because it's kind of a
trade secret.
Not a secret, but it's a secret. But it's also, I think, in the in-ear industry, it's not about, also if someone knew which drivers it were, it wouldn't sound the same if someone just took the drivers and put them together. It's
no, and that is very clear. I mean, spending very many hours with Earl Koenig, you can hear that it's not just loads of drivers thrown together. It sounds certainly to me like a dynamic. It's one single dynamic that is giving you the entire frequency spectrum, and that for me is the beauty of pretty much all Visioneers that I've heard. To be honest, it doesn't sound like it's a bunch of BAs that are shoehorned into a shell and there you go, it's packaged, go buy it. So having that ability to almost make the BAs invisible and just create that one sound stage is something that I've always found endearing by the VE, and certainly the Earl Koenig. And I've spent as many hours as I can with EVE20. They arrived Tuesday, so anyone who's going, oh, you've spent weeks with those things, I've had them since Tuesday. And my first impressions were, again, you've managed to make it sound linear, very linear, considering there's 6 drivers in there. And there was a track that I heard by Gregory Porter. It's called The Lion's Song. I think it's called The Lion's Song.
Yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
And it wasn't that there was a piano playing. I could almost hear the type of piano playing. I mean, that may sound completely cliche with earphones and what all the brands are trying to do with earphones, but there was an extra bit of detail added to just the piano, and it just gave the impression of what type of piano it was that was playing. And to get that level of detail is incredible from a 6-driver earphone. It's absolutely incredible.
Yes, I thank you first, but always first thing is what you say about linear, I have a problem with the word linear. Normally, I'm talking about neutral because
Yeah, yes.
because linear
Yeah,
might be a technical term which nobody wants to listen to.
like
Um,
linear in terms
and
of it's all together.
yeah,
There's no
I got.
breakup between frequencies. It's all together and nicely pieced together.
I think that some as I'm following discussions on HeadFi, many people would disagree, I guess, because and I think it's really interesting to read all the comments because I think many people in the audio community are really yeah on a really expert level regarding earphones and how different drivers sound, even
Or yeah,
if it's only a hobby for them, um, because it takes a lot of time to understand those things and to train the ears to differentiate between all those subtle differences.
yeah,
And yes, what we are trying to do, and that's what I said. If you only have the names of the drivers and you know which drivers are in there, it's not
doesn't mean it.
half the way because it's the most work is really to adjust them, to bring them together, to see which driver affects the other one in which way, and then also to have a vision where you want to go and how you want to how you want to want, how you want the product to sound so that you can work towards that. It's what I always what I experienced in more than 20 years as a sound engineer is you can know all the technical stuff, but you really need to you really need to have a vision how you want it to sound and some taste, and then work towards this because technical stuff is just putting strings together and see what happens. But
Yeah.
you really have to know
Well,
what you want.
yeah, I mean, it's like a car, I suppose. You've got, I mean, I always go to these metaphors with cars, and you can get a really good, really powerful engine. You can select the best gearbox, the best suspension, and everything, put it together, and it doesn't drive very well because the chassis has not been made very well, and it doesn't work as you would expect. But it's got the most powerful engine on the planet, everything else. So yeah, and that's where this industry is so good because the likes of Visioneers do excel. They do excel over and above other brands on the market. Personal opinion.
Well, we're trying. Thank you.
Personal opinion. But obviously a little bit biased because I do obviously partner with Visioneers anyway. But certainly from my point of view, I wouldn't want to be a partner of you guys if there wasn't that little extra, something little extra special from Visioneers coming out of Germany. So
Yeah, thank you. We're trying. That's basically we're not a huge enterprise. We're a rather small company.
yeah.
I think I can say that. I mean, I hope you won't mind, but no. I mean, you can see pictures of us on our website. So we're around, I guess, around 12 people there.
Yeah.
Hope I don't forget anyone. So it's really, it's not a huge enterprise. It's just the ways are small. We're talking, we're seeing each other every day if we're not working remotely from home like now.
Yeah.
And so it's a difference to a huge enterprise, which you compare to cars. So we have much, discussions about detail. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm not really in the I'm not really in the development. So I'm more like a beta testing person there.
So you get to hear a lot.
Yeah, I hear a lot if it's possible. Basically, most times and last times I was caught in administration like this. But I listened yesterday. I took again the time because I knew we were talking about the EVE, and I took the time to listen to the EVE, to the V8, Elysium, and V6 to just get an idea and sort my impressions from before.
Okay, and from your opinion, obviously spending a little bit of time with EVE, how would you class EVE as coming across musically?
Yes, that's a good question, because many people are now, because we placed it or we described it with it's a 6 driver, but it's more sounding like the VE8 and the VE6 of our portfolio, and this was a bit misleading, I guess.
Yeah.
It was a bit misleading because now people are asking, oh, the EVE is sounding like the VE8, so I can have it for 1,300. And that's a good point, but it was a bit misleading, and this is not this is not, I don't say this because it's cheaper. I just say this because it's a different earphone. I really sat down yesterday for a good amount of time and compared my VE6 X1, the EVE20 and the VE8 again to sort this out. And what I think is the VE, not the VE, the EVE20, it just leans towards the general idea of the VE8 more than the VE6, because the VE6 X1 is more smooth, a bit. I thought compared to the VE8 or the EVE20, it's a bit more covered in the highs. It doesn't have too much grip, and the EVE has a lot of grip in the highs and in the high mids. So you get. I listen a lot to John Mayer tunes, because I used it for adjusting PA systems for live concerts for many years, and I know it very well. And so with the EVE, the bass guitar is really more grippy and has more attack, and this is what the VE6 doesn't have that much. Okay. So it's smoother, and the VE8 overall is way more balanced than the EVE20, I guess. So it also has more grip than the VE6, but I think the EVE goes directly compared to the VE8 was a bit over the top for me. So not over the top, it's just really a strong grip and strong attack, and in the VE8 it's way more balanced with the other frequencies. And so, but the basic idea is going towards VE8.
And what's the price ex-BAT of VE8 at the moment?
Exclusive watts, just a second. I have to count because I don't have it in my head. Well, the VE8 is at €1,974.79.
Okay, so
exclusive web.
The VE8 is even price-wise as well as sound-wise sitting above the EVE version at the moment.
It's not easy to compare because you have because one is a custom and the other one is a universal. So it's comparing apples and peaches, like we say in German.
Absolutely. And again, fitment wise, obviously a custom for everyone out there, the fit is just second to none with a custom in ear. It is going to give you benefits acoustically as well, I would suggest, because you are a better fit. So for anyone who is after the sort of optimum isolation and things like that, then a custom is very good. Obviously you guys use SpinFit for your ear tips.
Yes.
So SpinFit have their own design, which is probably a patented design to SpinFit, I'd have thought, and they are supplied with the EVE. So with EVE you get three types of silicon ear tip. The small one, I guess. Yeah, the small one fits really well for me. Not that you guys need to know that, but there's I don't know why I'm sharing this type of stuff. Give me a couple of drinks, I'll probably be sharing more. So the other thing to mention as well with EVE is that it doesn't come with a the really luxurious cable that you would find with Elkonig. The Elkonig cable is stunning. An effect audio cable. Effect Audio
In the
partner cable.
Erlkönig, yes, yes.
Yeah. So the cable is pretty heavy duty. It's a well-made cable with EVE, so you're not going to have any issues with it. So that's the cable that it does come with. Don't know whether you can see that, guys, but
Right.
yeah,
Not
it's
in the
good.
focus anymore. Yeah.
Very little microphonics from it. You do have your ear hooks as well, just to make life a bit easier for the cable going behind your ears, and it's terminated to 3.5. So it's great.
This is
Very
our basic. This is basically it's our basic stock cable, which we're also using for all customs of the VE line. So it's really tested for years, and it's working on stages as well as for the audiophile community. If you
okay.
many people we know, many people will change to other cables, and it's always interesting to get some impressions on
Yeah,
this cable topic, because it's really broad topic.
Yeah, one that we can't cover today. We just won't cover cable. That's a whole nother time. We won't go there today. But yeah, your cable is good. It's sturdy, does the job, and it's relatively heavy duty as well, I'd have found. So I'll be using that a lot more in the next coming weeks as well, and see how it fares out. So you've got EVE20, and you didn't stop there. You didn't. I mean, the lockdown came, and you've not stopped working by the looks of it. So you had a hybrid earphone that came to market late part of last year, early this year.
Well, no, the Elysium is. Oh, I don't really remember. I think it came out last year.
Okay,
and it came out last year, mid of last year, something like this.
As I remember it being around at CanJam London. I think I was at CanJam London, so that would have been July. So that would have been then. And it sits underneath Erlkönig in terms of the price bracket, and it features an Electret / electrostatic / E-stat, whatever anyone else wants to call it. Whatever. It has one of those in it, and we have Elysium.
Yeah, so you have it there. Nice.
Yeah.
So it's with a it's our first how they call it, triple hybrid earphone. Yeah, we can see it. It's green.
Yeah.
And basically, this is also a start where we can see that we like to experiment with those earphones, and not just say we had this driver war some years back where everyone just thought you have to take more and more drivers, you have to have like whatever 12, 16, 18, whatever count of drivers, and to raise the price or to raise quality. But more drivers come with more problems, and it's not the only possibility to change the sound of an earphone. But if you take different drivers, like a dynamic driver or E-stat, you have completely different universes of sound where you really can experiment with. It's not easy because the different technologies come with different features and problems in integration.
Yeah.
But I think it shows that there's a need for experimenting. And the guys, I think you know Oliver as well, who's sound designing, and also Armin and Marcel always wanted to do different things and new things and be innovative and not just go by the old plans.
Yeah. So using new technology to try and improve on a sound, and I'm guessing it was relatively experimental for quite a while, having an electrostat in there, because there had been numerous earphones that had come out prior that were using the new electrostatic driver, and it took a little while for VE to go, actually, we've cracked this. Let's roll out Elysium and get it there.
Yeah, I think it's easy to go there and just take the technology and feature what it's most famous for, like a ESTAT, itchy, highs, and
yeah,
and you can just take it and feature this quality of it. But this is, yeah, I think it's not the best way. It's just you have to turn it upside down and see what else it can give to you. And it's also many people were really we're asking why we didn't take the dynamic driver for the bass. So because there's a huge community, huge part of the audiophile community, which always says or compares BA bass to DD bass, and for many the dynamic driver bass is the best thing you can get. But we just experimented and then found out that the dynamic driver also has a really nice quality for the texture of the lower mids.
Yeah.
And which can add up to a BA driver and give the whole thing a new quality of resolution and of warmth. And this is what I mean by just turning it upside down and finding other qualities besides the obvious.
And doing it the VE way. So introducing it the way you want to do it, rather than
if you want to. For us, it's just the normal way. It's just the way we do it. But people will stamp some labels on it, I guess.
Yeah. And so with obviously the introduction of Elysium 2019, this week you announced, because that was a custom, purely custom, that was only available as a custom solution. And alongside the launch of EVE20, you're now making it a universal. So it's now available for far more people.
Yes, if you say so, it's available. We're still aware that it's not
production.
That it's not the cheapest thing to get. It's still a high quality, more or less top of the line model, exclusive model.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make this special one available for more people, because I think the dynamics in the in the audiophile community are like this, that people want to try, want to show it to others, and want to share it. We have some customers who ask us because they want to share, like a couple wants to share an earphone or like 2 or 3 earphones, and they want to use it together. And so universal obviously is the only way you can do this.
Yeah.
And so we decided to come out with it.
Yeah. And so that will be available when? Is that still May? Are you hoping that will launch? It will be available from May onwards, or is that available now?
Available both. Elysium Universal and the EVE20 are available now.
Okay.
It's just that we start shipping, I guess, from mid of May, second week of May.
Okay.
So it's another two weeks.
Okay. And anyone wanting to purchase, because I may as well just throw this in there, because the timing's right, really. If anyone does want to buy EVE20, that is now on the website. So that's now live to purchase, and that we will be taking pre-orders after this live goes off air. So we'll be online to start getting in the queue effectively to get yours in mid-May. Elysium will probably go live later on this afternoon, so that again will be available for all to order and experience for themselves. So that's great. I completely love both of the earphones. They're absolutely amazing, and they do fill that big gap between VE8 and, well, VE8 effectively, and the Koenig. So it's nice to sort of sit in between the two with a universal.
Yes, it's not always too easy to compare those and say there's a gap, because I I don't believe in the more expensive the better, because it's what I tell my customers who are from the music industry.
Yep.
Normally, I have people coming there and say, "Oh, okay, I don't have to test VE2 to VE5. I want to start with VE6 because I have the money and I need the quality."
No.
And as many people know, most people who are, who have been in the business or in this hobby for a longer time, is it's so much a matter of taste, as much as it is of technical quality. If you're on a certain level, it's more a matter of taste, and you can listen to the Elysium and the König and maybe the VE8, and one of those will suit you or suit your needs the best. And if you're lucky, then it's not the König. But if this is the one, if you really like the visual design and the whole design package, which it is, with the sterling silver shells and the wooden home box, then you get a whole package, and then this is the one for you. If you're only looking for a really high quality earphone for doing sports and for being in an airplane or traveling, then maybe the VE8 is better fit for you because it's custom. So it always depends on what you want to do and your taste and your listening history, I guess.
Yeah, and certainly, again, from my point of view, it's always wise to ask the client what they're using to power it as well, because 13 drivers, it's not gonna work as well from a mobile phone as it would a portable player. So again, it's wise just to check with clients what they're using with it, because it just may not work together. The synergy may not be there, and again, that's something to take into consideration. So
it's really true. Yeah, it's what you say. We especially experienced it with Elysium, because what I said before, coming with these other driver technologies like dynamic drivers and electrostats, it's really power hungry. So it's you need a lot of power to drive it to the same level, loudness level than the König or another of our custom earphones.
Yeah.
And what we experienced, or that's why it normally comes with a 2.5 millimeter, because we want to push people towards using a balanced or a portable player with a balanced output. Like I think I tried it with the Estel & Kern SP1000 Ultima blue one, and it just blew me away how the difference was. Even in this one with the 3.5 and then with the 2.5 balance, it's really a difference. And I'm more skeptic what in these fields, because I'm coming from the live sound industry, and normally I think, okay, cables should work, and this short, like the 140 centimeters balanced or unbalanced,
shouldn't make a difference.
Doesn't count, but it's more, I think, the separate amplifiers and the separate processing that makes a difference.
Yeah, in the electronics themselves. Yeah. So if you obviously you've now got quite an expansive family of earphones at Visioneers, what would be your go-to? You've got all of them on your desk. What would be the ones that you would grab and go and use?
I don't think if I understood the go-to earphones for me.
Favorite? What would be the ones that you would go and grab?
Basically, I really liked the sound of the König, but it's for me, I don't as it's not practical for me, because I'm using it when I'm on the road and when I'm on the bike. So this whole silver and design package does not work for me practically.
Yeah.
What I've been using for the last years for working and listening, and so I'm really adjusted to that, is the VE6X1.
V6.
Sure,
Yeah.
in a custom version, and I really know how things have to sound with these earphones. And I just have to say hi to Bobby because he just joined, and Michael. I think we can't ignore questions here and comments we have to.
No, we'll go back.
Yeah.
To the comments. We'll have I've got a few questions that I've had sent to me from viewers. They can go to that. So the sort of albums that you listen to then. So when you're listening to music, and obviously you hinted on John Mayer. You like a John Mayer album that does good for 1 minute.
I like them all, but normally when I'm working with it, it's the first song of Room for Squares, No Such Thing.
Okay.
But I also I listen to a variety. I listen to a lot of singer-songwriter stuff, like I have to see, like Josh Ritter, maybe at the moment, Thai Tour from the Faroe Islands.
Okay.
I listened to a whole Coldplay concert lately. It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I really sometimes jazz. I also love Jamie Cullum.
Okay, so an eclectic mix across the board, really, from what you listen to.
Not cool. Normally I'm not too that deep into like really heavy stuff. I'm not really in EDM and not really in into metal and rock. That's more. We have other colleagues in the company who are experts in this.
Yeah, I think I may know which ones you're talking about there as well. Yeah, I think I may know. Yeah. Cool. So we've got we have got a few questions that a few of my clients have asked. The first one being, will you be releasing something that's a little bit more pocket friendly, a little bit more wallet friendly in the future? If you can share information.
Yeah, this is the this is the part where I have to deny everything, and it's normally we're not talking about possible future releases until this is our strict policy. We just if we are releasing something, then we are releasing it, and we're not talking about it before in public. It's just I don't really know something coming, and I think pocket friendly also depends on what you mean by that. For some people, I think the EVE20 will be a pocket friendly extension of the portfolio in the premium line. For others, they mean by pocket friendly that we go below the V2's price of $790.
Yeah.
But I think if we are to keep the quality that we want to provide, and not only in product quality, but also in service quality, which is really a thing we put a lot of effort in. Then there's a certain price limit at the lower end.
Lower end, and I think to add to the question, I think there's a certain amount of how can I phrase it? An almost a philosophy, an underlying philosophy for Visioneers to do everything the best they can. So from my point of view here, even the cable tie, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this very well. The print on the cable tie, there is zero bleed on any of the cable tie, and you can say, I mean, I've not seen a cable tie like it, and I know this is really tiny and such a tiny thing to pick up on, but this is kind of the philosophy of Visioneers. Everything is done the best you can, and there's always going to be that sort of price point that, as you say, you're going to have to hit, because what you do is so good and packaged so well. You need to keep that kind of image up on the company of doing that.
Yes, it's nice of you to talk like that about us.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's
yeah.
really
I think that the thing is, it's not to keep up the brand image. It's just what we do. We want to provide this quality because we know we can do it, and we know that's what we wanted to have from someone else if we were to choose a product.
yeah.
And so it's just our yeah
Yeah, I mean,
our intention.
all of the watches. I mean, I'll just say that the purchase of an Elysium or an Elkonig, once you receive the package, it's almost like theatrical presentation. Yeah, it's just out of this world. There's no other brand that I deal with or know of that offers that kind of presentation and the amazingness of the opening feeling and you getting the package and opening your purchase and everything else. It's an amazing event and one that I think everyone would love. So I don't know what the packaging's like on the slightly lower end stuff. I think
It's basically the same, not like Elysium, but we improved it the last years step by step. But
yeah,
it's basically a similar experience, I guess. Yeah.
going through them all. Okay, so the second question, which could get tricky, what do you think about the amount of drivers and the excess amount of earphones that are now coming out of China, and their value proposition to the likes of a Visioneer's headphone or earphone, offering a similar amount of drivers and everything else?
If I get it right, you mean of all the quite cheaper products
Yeah.
with universal earphones coming from industry production in China? Then
That's it. Yes.
um, yes, it's not easy because if I can speak from my perspective as a sound engineer, live sound engineer, I was on a tour end of last year, or first the mid of last year, and then we went on end of last year, and people there, some musicians there, just said, okay, I have this in this case it was KC earphones, and I had demos from us, and he said, okay, but I have this one, I have it from Alibaba, and it's like $30, and it's working for me. And this is the point where I stopped talking, because I think, okay, if he found something which is working for him,
Yeah.
that's good for me as a sound engineer there, because I think, okay, you can work with it. That's okay. I don't want to force you to use something else. But it's always you can't push someone to go somewhere to pay more money for something he or she doesn't get. And so I think there's a lot of products from China, and it's available through Alibaba or Amazon.
Yeah.
And I think for some people it's good, because the value for money is really good. I like the KC earphones. I listened to it and I thought, okay, it's probably for 20 or $30, it's good value for money. So I don't know
Yeah.
how long the cables will keep up, but you can buy a lot of those earphones before you can afford the E6 or something.
Yeah.
But it's in my opinion a completely different market and a completely different sound universe. It's the same like with every exclusive product or hobby where you dive in. At the beginning, it's cool to have something that's working, and you say, yeah, it's bassy, it's nice. And the more you come to the top, it's the old rule of the last 10%. It's like the 90% of the money, or 20%, 80%, whatever.
Yeah.
So you to reach the highest quality, and the last small steps are basically technologically the the complexest and therefore also the most expensive ones. And so I think it's separate markets, and it's I have nothing against it, because if people like the sound, they like the sound. It's good for everyone.
Yeah, and from my perspective, I think it's getting a lot of people into the hobby, to be honest with you, because a lot of them have so far been using stuff that's been supplied free with their mobile phones, and then they're going, well, there's actually another market here that are just making different earphones from KZ, VGVP, and everything else. And there's been numerous clients of mine that have got a stockpile of those earphones, but then also have something, like you say, a little bit more sort of top of the line, a VE, Lark Studio, something, a Bravo, that kind of thing. So they do, it kind of gives them the fishing line and gets them into the hobby, feeds them a little bit, and cool. Okay, so let's see if there are any more questions. Let's see if this works. We've got Michael, who has said, will future IMs the acrylic shells strictly, or would you experiment with materials like you did with the Elkonig? Will future IMs be acrylic?
I see the question, and hi, Michael. I think already. Oh, nice! You can push it there.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Wow.
And I think already. Already almost answered it. I think we will, as I said, we will experiment with all factors of the earphones, with visual design, with sound designs, and so I would not exclude materials.
Okay.
I can't say what is next, Michael. I know you're curious, but I just, as I know Armin and Marcel, and they will experiment. We will experiment with almost everything.
Yeah. So and obviously EVE is in itself an experimental project, effectively. So you could come up with anything. Next year there could be anything. It's not pigeonholed into any specific technology or shape or design. It's completely open to what VE are doing, and also the EVE stuff is serialed as well. There are specific serial numbers for EVE.
Serial numbers on it, but we don't have a specific number because it's at the moment it's limited by the time, because it's a yearly edition. So you have 2020, and after 2020 we stop producing. So maybe it can be 50, or it can be like 700-800, depending on what people want to have. But what is what is true is that we really stop at the end, and then it's over with this edition.
Yeah, and no doubt there will be people that will probably collect this. I would imagine that you're going to get few collectors that every year.
I don't know, but it's
I can tell you
because they will be different. It's not easy. It's people were also asking, maybe joking about getting subscriptions for 3 years or something. But I think this is not easy, because you never know anything about it. What comes up? It's and we're trying to, if it's possible for people, we're trying to provide some opportunity to test earphones. It's different for everyone. Some people can just some people can or are used loyal customers. Sometimes are used to our descriptions of earphones, and so they can imagine in which direction it will go. But normally the best thing is always to test an earphone.
Yeah, hear it for yourself. And that's where we come in, because we have a vast majority of earphones that people can try it. Now, obviously, in usual times, getting these to clients is a bit easier. But obviously with the current climate, demo earphones probably not the wisest of options. So, but times will change. Give it a few months and we'll be back to that. Okay, so I've got Jerry Wu as well. 3 questions. Blimey, 3 questions, Jerry. Any plan for a successor to El Koenig?
It's a good question, but I can't talk about it, I guess.
We have answered that one prior. Yeah. Any future collaborations such as VE6 SLE with effect audio? Again, you probably can't answer. I mean, us dealers
again, because as I said before, sorry, Jerry, we're not really talking about unreleased products before we release them. We're, as you see, we're always collaborated with some with one or the other of our resellers.
Yep.
But you always, it depends, and it's more. Yeah, I can't say something concrete now about any specific collaboration.
And then we can see the 3rd question there as well. So another El Koenig user. How does he keep it clean? The tips.
Basically, it's like with every earphone, you should keep it clean. After you wear it, you should just clean it with a cloth or something.
Yep.
For the air Koenigs especially, because it's silver, it's a bit coated, so it should stay shiny by itself. As it's not too old now, I can't really say we don't have the long-term studies, but I can give you just drop me an email to info@vision-ears.de, and I can check back with my colleagues and maybe give you a bit more specific tips for the shell to keep clean and to keep shiny for a long time.
Yeah, and I think also the VE shell, it's not finished, so to speak. So there's no glaze on it. It is literally just a silver shell. So there's nothing really to perish on it or to.
It's a sterling silver shell, but I think, as far as I know, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember that it's a bit coated. So it's not the pure silver at the outside. So, but it's somehow covered or worked on that it's protected, because it's to the ears, close to the ears, and to avoid silver allergies. But I'm not, to be clear, not 100% sure. And if Jerry, if you drop me a line via email, I will give you an answer soon.
Get you to that. Cool. And are there any further questions from anyone currently online? I think we've got 11 people online watching, which is pretty good. Anything else from anyone?
I have here the Lin Shi Yong, way up, but I don't. It's a long question.
Who was it? What was their name?
Lin Shi Yong.
Okay. So, no, I cannot see a question from Lynn. Using metal for CIM.
It's more, I think using metal for them. I just, you mind dropping it in the screen, and then I think I can say something to it.
Yeah, go for it.
Lynn. Even with metal 3D printing, there's a lot of post-processing. Okay, no, I understand, because you're going for custom in-ears. Custom in-ears made from metal, I think, is not too easy by the terms that you say, because working on metal is a totally different thing than working on acrylic shells. And I won't won't exclude it from our future possibilities to work on, but I think in the near future we won't have any custom in-ears with metal shells.
Yeah, there's not many, I think, on the market currently doing it. That's for sure. So
yeah.
No, Brill. I don't think there were any more questions in that.
Yeah.
No. And then obviously with the El Koenig, you do get a very nice cable, which is the V. So this is, I didn't show the Visioneers El Koenig to anyone, did I actually? Should we just briefly introduce your flagship?
Yeah, no, not
just while we.
You can do. Yeah.
So this is the El Koenig. Okay, I don't know whether you can all see that.
Always nice.
Beautiful. And obviously the benefit of going down this route, which is a benefit that a lot of my clients have certainly got a lot from, is that you can tune this. So you can actually change the sound in an analog domain. There's no digital stuff going on. You can actually change the acoustic signature. So by using, I don't know whether the camera will show it up well enough, but there's basically a dial just there.
With a 4-tune rotary switch, and you can just adjust it to your taste or to the music you're listening to at the moment.
Yeah, and so you can increase bass, decrease bass, increase treble, and sort of
basically for the first three positions, it's more or less the amount of bass. So you have max bass. First is maximum bass. Second is or so to say, maximum bass, maximum mid, maximum highs. Then you have a bit less bass, which is more the position 2 is more like the neutral one.
Yep.
So bass, mids, and highs, basically neutral. Sorry. And then you have less bass and maximum mids, maximum highs, and then you have less highs, so that you have a mid focus.
Yeah.
So you really can adjust it to the style of music you're just listening to, or to your personal taste.
Yeah.
It will sometimes differ. Yeah.
For anyone wanting literally a flagship earphone that they know pretty much is going to be good for them, El Koenig every day of the week, because you know that then you're going to buy something that fits the bill for you, because you're going to be able to tune it to your preference. There's going to be one map there or one frequency response that will work for you. So it's just an amazing earphone. I don't know any single person that's heard it and gone, don't like that. I think that's very good. Yeah. So no, that's an amazing piece of kit, and that's available. So you can order it 3.5, or you can order it with a 2.5 as well.
2.5, 3.5, or 4.4.
4.4, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's very good.
We have one Dexter. I know you. We've had contact. He's Dexter. Asking a question. Yeah.
Okay. Dexter, what are you asking?
This is a question we got. We get a lot, but we will, or there are not really plans to do this.
No. The point were recent.
What? Sorry.
All the point twos were quite recent anyway. They were last year. Last year.
Which one?
3.2, 4.2. So they were.
They have been there. They have been there last year. We with the release of the Elysium, we also updated VE3 and VE4 to VE3.2, VE4.2. But what we won't do is offer them as universals to a huge amount, because this is not. It's basically not working as we're then. I think there's a lot of universals in the market for the low or mid, I'd say mid price range, like in this 500 to 1200 euro, or 500 to 1500 euro range.
Yep.
And this is not, we cannot really compete with manufacturers from Far East, and we don't want to, because these products are made to be custom.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And Jeffrey, I don't know how long you've been on the live. Obviously, once it does go and we post it to the channel, I think you can go back and, well, rewind it effectively. Joe did sort of give an idea halfway through, probably, about the sound signature of the VE EVE20. So you should be able to get an impression there of what it sounds like.
And also, I guess, most of our resellers will have demos of the EVE20 at hand shortly. So if you have one of our resellers around in your area, you can check, and they should have demos in like 1 or 2 weeks, I guess. Later.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think then, obviously, please bear in mind that all dealers are currently doing their best with current situations with DHL, TNT, everything else. So it's not on the dealers. The dealers are doing their best. Honestly, the dealers are doing their best. We'll get the products to your ears as soon as possible. There is an immense amount of pressure on all the courier services throughout the world. So the Far East, I know that one of the clients I've been speaking to has been told that it's a 2-week wait or whatever it is for an earphone to get to him to Singapore, but it will get there. It will get there, but just please be patient, a little bit patient. It will be worth it. Once you get the VEs in your ears, you'll forget all about it. You'll forget all about the wait. Jerry, there's been another question from you. Sorry, I can probably just answer the second part of that. Is it possible to get? Has it come up on the screen yet? Do I need to push it through?
No.
Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so I've got this one here. Yeah, please consider 8-wire default cable setup for future flagships, or make it optional. The 28 gauge silver effect audio cable is great, but maybe not enough to squeeze every last drop out of Koenig. Okay.
Yes, I forward this one, but to be honest, we have always in the product design, we have to decide for one, for one product, and then we know that people like to adjust their products or their earphone with cables and experiment. And sometimes what you think is squeezing out the last drop might be the wrong direction for another customer for its listening taste. So I forward it, but yes, we will have to choose something in the process.
Yeah, and obviously with is it 0.78 mil? I think on Koenig 0.78 mil 2-pin.
It's always 2-pin, yeah. Or what do you mean?
In terms of the spacing apart, I think it's 0.78 mil apart. But obviously that is freely available. So the connectors,
I guess so, yeah.
The connectors are available, and there are a range of companies out there that can supply a cable. That if you do want to change your cable, then there's a range of companies out there that can do that. But as Joe says, they need to kind of do a one size fits all for that. The extra question, I don't know whether you can read it, Joe, actually, is it possible to get more luxurious options? It would be great. For example, limited leather cases, faceplates, etc. But you did a gold case, didn't you? You did a really nice flash gold case.
Yeah, it was a short. We had an amount of gold cases, and I had them as an option once. This was one, but we have for the König, we have leather cases. Also, the Elysium comes with an EPI leather case, and it's not limited, but it's tied to the product. And
Yeah.
we have the faceplate for the Erlkönig, obviously. And I don't know if you mean, Jerry, if you mean like extra premium faceplates for custom in it, because we have yeah, I think we have a really wide range of different faceplate options for the Elysium. Sorry, for the Elysium, we have the signature design premium special faceplate. So we're experimenting with that, but if you mean something else, like still other editions of faceplates for the Erlkönig, I think we have 8 different ones plus the standard one. So
Yeah.
should be something in it normally. I hope. If you mean something
Yeah.
else, just same as before, just drop me a line.
Yeah. And also the Elysium comes with the 8 gauge. So if there's something that we can help out with, and you do have Erlkönig, yeah, just drop myself. Probably, yeah, either drop myself a message on Messenger or through the website, or speak to Joe direct. He's given his email address out. Maybe you can write.
I've given it out. My email address. Yeah, okay. I hope not the personal one. Yeah.
You write it into the comments, Joe, and then people can see it. So, Amin, sorry, do you want to get involved in this chat or not? You don't seem to be visible on the screen, but you are happy to type. So I'll put this up from Amin. Joe, does everyone know who Amin is? We're talking about Amin, but does everyone know who he is?
I know it quite well, but he's my boss and one of the founders of. Thank you. You see, this is the way how we spread new product information.
Joe didn't know
go online.
He didn't know what he could disclose.
No, it's okay, but it's just those accessories sometimes come in, come out. There's always a lot of so basically you can see that there's a lot of things going on in the background always. So there are always ideas for new products, not only for earphones but also for accessories or whatever. So
yeah,
now I know that we will have a special limited EPI leather case.
Yeah, which will be flash, which will be nice. Obviously, that will be available through all official dealers, all official VE dealers when the time comes. So if you do want to grab one, then yeah, obviously seek out your official dealer at the time, and yeah, you'll be able to get that from VE direct, well, through the dealer.
One thing, because Michael has just said to the topic of faceplates, yeah, that he felt that the price tag of the tag of the okay, they should come. I thought you meant Elysium, because the Elysium now, the Elysium Universal has the special faceplate already included.
Yep.
And I thought because Michael is an Elysium enthusiast. But the thing is, for the Erlkönig, it's really a lot of work. All those parts, single parts, and it's not too easy to provide. Yeah, it's the same like with the cable. You have to decide at one point what you can include and calculate in the product and what you can't. And if you take the 4 pair of extra faceplates with the Erlkönig as a starting package, it really would hit price tags which would not have been too cool for everyone anymore. It's still not for everyone at the price tag of 4,200. We know that. It was just an experiment. Like I always compare it to I told you before, Michael. I always compare it to like a concept car on a trade fair for cars at the motor show. We wanted to show what is possible, what we can do, and for some people it would not have been worth, I guess, to also pay for extra faceplates, and they don't use it. So a decision was made to have a standard faceplate and to have the other ones separate. I hope that helps.
Yeah, and sadly, I think it is a case of that there's always going to be something else that you can do. That
Sure.
Yeah. You can never make everything available for everyone at the time. I mean, I got one.
We're trying.
Trying. I think everyone's always trying. Everyone's always trying.
Yeah. But it's good to have the direct contact and to get the input for future. We will
Absolutely.
Actually, that's what I enjoy about HeadFi, about occasions like this live Q&A, and of the many emails and phone calls I have with customers, so that you get the input, we get the input about how the products are perceived and what we could change maybe. So.
And it helps craft new products as well, because then you get the feedback and you can slightly adjust and slightly change products in the future. And I think it's great that a company is taking it on board. I'm sure there's a few companies out there that would take feedback as criticism and just discard it, not care about it. But from experience, I know that VE do definitely take a lot of their user feedback very seriously. So it is good to hear of a company that does. So Jerry Wu, you can have as many questions as you like. I don't know how long Joe can stay for, but
I'm here. I'm at home, basically. It's okay.
Jerry, one last question. Is it possible to meet VE team at CanJam in New York?
To be honest, I was checking flights for this year's CanJam in New York, because we had some questions, maybe also I don't remember, from you, and people were asking if we're coming. It's always an option. It's just not. We're, as I said before, we're not the largest company, and so we have to check who can go somewhere at which time. We are already managed to visit some trade fairs and the CanJams, but we didn't make it to New York now, because we were I'd say visiting the other CanJams which we started with in Singapore or Shanghai, or some other trade fairs in like the Potterfest in Japan. And it's totally possible that we come there. At the moment, I think New York City is not the place to be, but unfortunately. But we have to see. We were planning year to year and not like in a 20-year plan. And at the moment, we also have no reseller in the US, which is a pity. But a good possibility to demo earphones will be, at the moment, there's a tour, a HeadFi listening demo tour organized by his name on HeadFi is Barra. And there's, I think, the VE8, Elysium, and König in 2 sets, one East Coast, one West Coast. And there should be available the EVE20 in a few weeks for also for 2 sets for East Coast and West Coast, which you can sign on HeadFi. So this is a possibility to get to listen to the demos, and all the rest, like meeting. We always love to meet, but we're trying.
I think the world will change. I think the world will change in 2021. I think I think we'll all be adjusting and trying our best to get out to see more people. Obviously, sad news that CanJam London has been cancelled as well, which is a shame. But it is what it is. Sadly, we've just got to get on with it and do what we can. As I said earlier on, just do what we can to make the best of the situation, to be honest. So, yes, thank you very much, Jerry, for your questions. Hi, Leven. Cheers for joining us. I hope you're well. And I think that's pretty good. Leven, it's one of the reviewers from Headphonia. In fact, he is Headphonia Headphonia pretty much, isn't he, Leven? So yeah, anyone, just a selfish plug to Leven's website, headphonia.com. Head over and you can read up a copious amounts of earphones and portable players and DAPs and everything else. So yeah. To wrap it up, obviously 2 new earphones from Visioneers. We've got the EVE20, which is a special edition earphone that has just been released by Visioneers, which is a 6 driver, and that's going to be £1,249, which is available.
Okay, I don't know pounds yet.
You don't know pounds. It's just euros, 1,300 euros, and that will be available after this live. And we've also got the Universal Elysium, which is also going to be live later on this evening to purchase if you do want to experience either of those in your ears and see what you think of them, because they are really, really good. And the EVE20 is definitely setting itself amongst quite a busy arena at that kind of price bracket, but it is a very unique offering as well. I mean, the sound is very, very unique, and as I say, the texture that we got from just the piano, just listening to a simple piano piece and hearing that it's a specific piano effectively rather than just a piano playing, you could actually hear that it is a certain type. So it's a very, very good earphone from my point of view. Joe, anything else you would like to offer the viewers?
I don't know. I think we answered a lot of questions. Thanks for the questions. I really liked talking to you, Phil.
Yes, and, likewise.
It's nice to come out of the. It feels like coming out of the own house and meeting people
outside of those 4 walls that we're currently in constantly. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Obviously, if anyone does want to get in touch with either of us, Joe will place his email in the comments. I think you said you were going to put them in the comments. Okay, not.
Will do so. Yeah.
They'll go in the comments. Obviously, for myself, feel free to contact me about any of the things that we've discussed, or anything that we haven't discussed. To be honest with you, that's audio related. I don't mean to be a counsellor or anything. So just anything audio related that I may be able to help out with. DM me, drop me a call, email me on the website, put anything in the comments. I'll gladly try and help out. At the moment, as I say, and the update on the website, things are still as normal as they are, and have been pre-lockdown for myself. So orders are still flying out the door, stock is still coming in, and it's all very, very good. In fact, we're seeing quite a large increase in orders at the moment. So the capacity is still okay for me to get orders out to you. I can imagine that the EVE20 orders will start going through overnight. And as Joe said, they should start shipping mid-May. Mid-May, I think.
Yeah.
Mid-May. Same again for Elysium Universal. So if you do want to join the queue, it will be on a first sent basis, as far as I'm aware. So when I put in an order, it will be on a first ordered, first served basis. So
yes. We're trying to. Sometimes it depends on if someone is taking longer to pay. It might be overlapped by another one. But I think there are. We have some on stock. It's a good thing of a Universal. It's not that we just decided last week that we will put out Universals. It has been a long plan. Yeah. It's good for now because people can't take ear impressions, but the plan has been there for like a year now, I guess, and then we took the time to develop it and to make it.
Yeah, great. I think it's. I think it will benefit VE to have a Universal at that price bracket, because it means that, well, certainly for me, it's a price bracket that a lot of my clients are trying to find an earphone, a Universal earphone. So okay. Getting Visioneers into those people's ears, will be highly beneficial, because it gives it gives them an impression of what VE will sound like and the kind of signature that VE are going for. And yeah, I see it as a massive benefit to Visioneers introducing such universals as the EVE20 and the Elysium. So as I say, I've been a massive fan of the Iconic since it was released. So yeah. Oh, we have just got one question coming. I don't know whether you've got the time to.
We have two, I guess. Dexter.
Let's
Hey,
do. Sorry, Elysium.
nice that you're dropping in.
I'll do. Do you want me to do Dexter now? I'll do Dexter now, and then.
I think I can say something.
There you go.
We can first do this one. Will you? Phil, I
Yeah.
think Phil said it will be possible. We're using this tool the first time, so I think it will be possible to post this online at audioconcierge.com. Oh, at the Facebook page.
Yeah. Facebook page, yes. Hopefully, if it works. We've not we've not rehearsed that bit yet, but yeah, I'll try and get it to save. Yes. So yeah, you'll be able to. Okay.
Yes, and the other one.
Yeah.
It's not too easy because I myself I don't have an Elysium custom, so and it's enormously dependent on the difference is enormously dependent on how good the universals fit and on your ear's anatomy, how strong the bends. So you have two bends in the ear canal, and it might what's this so. And if it's really strong bend, it will be different for the universal to sound than if it's just a slight bend. So
Okay.
so I can't really say something. I think people tend to say that there are differences in the highs, so that the guidance of the sound in a universal might cause a small peak at a certain frequency band, like 8 to 10 kilohertz. For others, this will not matter because a strong band will partly cover and damp this high frequency peak. So to be honest, I can't really give a solid answer to this.
And just based on that, sorry, with your impressions as well, is there a specific depth that you require for your impressions? Because I know that it varies from company to company. So do you need to go quite deep into the ear canal, or?
We need always a complete ear impression reaching upon the second band of the ear canal.
Yeah.
Closed mouth for those who are watching. It's always closed mouth for us. Just a relaxed jaw. Nothing. No biting blood or something. Just relaxed. And in the time you're taking the impression, we just experience that people most time, if they have to sit still there for 5 to 10 minutes, they take the phone and do this. And this might not be the best thing because this changes. Because when you're listening, you won't always have your neck down, your head down. And we need impression material which is making up a little pressure. But if you're ordering from us, you will always get an impression manual for the ones who are taking the impression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Another question. God, they're coming in at a rate of knots now.
It's another time zone in India. Like
it is.
But I can't say anything to this because I'm not quite aware of the fit of the campfires. I'm sorry, I never had them compared too close.
Yeah. Campfire. I would say, are you talking universals, or are you talking specifically about customs? Because customs will go a lot deeper than obviously the universals from Campfire. I know they do one custom, but it's mainly Universal.
The connection is becoming worse. It's not a problem that you giving us those questions, but if we want to talk about fit, so let's maybe maybe go personal again, and because we were writing on emails before, so I think we can take this out of the stream if this is okay for you. And yeah, and check, because I can check for the diameters for the nozzle of the Universal, and then give
Then
give
I
you,
would say probably not, because the yeah, I think
no, it's going south.
yeah, it is. It is.
So maybe I'd propose we stop here with the live stream and hope that's okay for everyone. And as Phil said, oh, the host has left. Where is he? Obviously, I'm alone. I don't know if you still hear me. Shallow Fit Customs, boss. I can't promise that we do extra fits for certain groups of customers, but the good thing in the Universal is you would be able to try before you buy, as as we were organizing and trying to organize with the headphone zone.